Morning Toasters. I hope everyone's enjoying their morning. It's a beautiful morning in Dallas, Texas. Around 68 degrees. Cool. Weather is fair. That's a good morning for me, man. Starting off right. Being very productive. Had a productive meeting this morning on a project. So this morning is good for me. And so I hope it's good for you. Let's go. So I want to talk about this Michael B. Jordan exchange he had with a young lady, L'Oreal, on the red carpet. I've seen people say she was wrong, he was wrong. Joe Budden kind of went in on him and said he was corny for addressing her. You know, I think Joe Budden went too hard on the young man. But, you know, Joe Budden is known for you know, super simple for the women. You know, when it's beneficial for him, I'll say that. But I see this from a different aspect, a different perspective, you know, just being objective. I don't have a horse in a race. But I think this is a case of a lack of accountability and a lack of healing. So just to give a backstory on this. L'Oreal is interviewing people on the red carpet of Creed. Michael B. Jordan is the lead actor of Creed, of course. And they engage. She's interviewing, he's the lead actor, they engage. She goes in and says, hey, we got Michael B. Jordan here, we go way back, school together, something to that extent. And he says, the corny guy, right? And what he was referring to was a conversation she had with two other women previously about their thoughts on Michael B. Jordan. Now, she wasn't the catalyst of describing him as corny or the nice guy, but she co-signed it, and she gave some context to it, some content, some context, some substance to why she feels he's corny. And, you know, because she grew up with him, she went to school with him, she said they considered him corny in school. And, you know, they used to make fun of him, and that he used to carry around headshots, you know, in school. Now, if you don't know what headshots is, headshots are, you know, the pictures they do, the face-up pictures they do, close-up, face-up pictures they do for when you want to audition for modeling roles or acting roles. Your agent would take these headshots and give them to another agency or whatever to see if, you know, you have the look, what they're looking for. And so he was doing this in school, man. He had carried out headshots in school, man. That's so prophetic because he was speaking his future into existence. And he has stepped into what he always wanted to be. He's that in real time. Man, that's so powerful. That's just so powerful, man, that he was carrying around headshots as a young man in school and people were making fun of him. But now he is that guy. Man, that's powerful. Man, listen, man, affirmations are real. And speaking words into existence is real. It's real. And so he's a prime example of that. I'm sure you, like me, know many stories like that about yourself and others. But that's so powerful. When he said, oh, the corny guy to her, she kind of laughed it off, really didn't give him acknowledgement, and said she was misquoted. And didn't acknowledge, you know, his gripe, his pain, his distaste for being considered corny. And so I believe he wasn't just addressing that conversation. He was addressing what he went through in school, what he experienced back in the day. You know, so I think that it was more than what was just happening right then, or the conversation she had with the two ladies. He was talking about, what they called him in school, but look at me now. But I think he was triggered because he hasn't healed. Yeah, he hasn't healed, so he was triggered. Because why acknowledge it? Why even bring that up? Why would it bother you if you healed from it? And yeah, we can do some great things, man. We can accomplish some great things without healing in certain areas. It's possible. It's very possible. It happens all the time. But I think that's what it was. He hadn't healed. And so it triggered something when, he heard about the conversation, took him back also to his childhood, and it triggered something. And he wanted to let her know, like sticking in her face, like, look at me now. The corny guy, but look at me. You're interviewing me on the red carpet of Creed, where I'm the lead actor of this, soon-to-be blockbuster movie. Look at me now. On the flip side, I thought she showed a lack of accountability. A lack of contrition. And let me tell you this, man. I don't think people should really feel really, really, really bad unless you really did something atrocious to someone, egregious to someone as a child. But we gotta keep in mind, kids do things. Kids are in the process of learning how to treat themselves, how to treat others. So I think as you grow, as you mature, you become grown, it's okay to apologize how you acted as a child. But I don't think you should just feel too badly about it and really crucify yourself about what you did as a child before your mind, before your brain was fully developed. You're in the learning stages. You're immature. So yeah, show contrition, apologize, but don't go too hard on yourself. And we shouldn't go too hard on others who have done things as children. Listen, man, as a child, I'll say 12 years old, I got jumped by a game, man. I got jumped. I had to get on my good foot, man, and take off running. It was about 10 or 12 of them. So I see those guys. It's not something that's spoken on, but there's a respect there because they know how I'm built. They know, like, one-on-one, even two-on-one, I would have handled my own. But it is what it is, man. We were kids. They were kids. I was kids. I've never jumped anyone, but I've done people wrong as a child in that development stage. I've done people wrong as a young teenager. And so we got to be able to offer, the mercy and grace that we want to receive. Because let's believe, Michael B. Jordan has offended somebody, has hurt somebody when he was that age, a child also. So he has to extend the same grace, the same mercy that he wants to receive. But she also has to show some contrition. Like I said, don't go too hard on yourself. She was a kid, she was a child. But be accountable, acknowledge, hey, I was wrong, I apologize, and keep it moving. And he has to heal, and she has to mature, period. She has to show some accountability, acknowledge, I was a child, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done that. If I'd known better, I would have done better. And like I said, he has to heal, he has to move on from that. Because if not, it's going to affect his relationships. Because now he is that guy. He is the guy dating the it chicks, the it woman, the top of the line, so to speak, in the industry, whether they be models or actresses. And if he hasn't healed from that, man, it could go either two extremes, either two ways. He can harbor hurt, bitterness, and then get the top chicks, and they remind him of the girls that didn't want him back in the day, and he can treat them badly. Because he's treating the girl back in the day badly, subconsciously. He can treat them badly in real time. Or he can not heal and harbor insecurity and become super simp when he gets the it chick. Because he hasn't healed, so he super simps over him. He just feel blessed and lucky that he's in their presence. And the relationship is off balance, and it gets misused. And so the brother got to move on and heal from that. And so I think it's something we can learn from, man. This is just the way I think. This is the way I move around in the world. Like, what can I learn from it? I know a lot of people can't be objective, and they'll take a side. But I see wrong in both, and I see truth in both. Yeah, that's my take on it. Yeah, we got to heal, y'all. Got to move on. And like I said, man, we got to extend the same thing, the same love, forgiveness, grace, and mercy that we want to receive. Because we don't always play the victim, right? We don't always play the protagonist. We are the villain at times. We are the antagonist at times. And so it's give and take in this world, man. We be dishing some hurt and we receiving some hurt. So nobody goes through this life unscathed or with their hands clean. That's just what it is, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. As always, toasters, love, peace.